So when you're spending $6 or $7 million to get a Super Bowl ad, you want to make sure those marketing messages are getting through. So today, let's talk about some of those commercials from the Super Bowl and see what lessons you can use to sell your online course. Let's jump in.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here's your host, Julie Hood.
Hey, I'm so excited that you are here for this fun episode with me today. And before I jump in, I just want to tell you on March the 6th of 2023, we are going to be hosting the Topic and Title Challenge again. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year because you and I get to work together to figure out the best topic and the best title for your next online course. So if you're not signed up, make sure that you go to topicandtitlechallenge.com or use the link in the show notes at coursecreatorshq.com/133 and get on the list because I don't want you to miss out. I don't do this very often. The last one was in May of last year, so you can see it's a big project and I want to make sure you jump in with us. So March the 6th, make sure you get on the list. Okay, so a little background about today's episode. Way back in the day when I worked in corporate, I worked at Anheuser-Busch. And it was so much fun because this was back in the day when they would create some incredible Super Bowl ads. Plus, it was way before social media and where there were all the leaks about the ads ahead of time. Like, getting to see the ads before the Super Bowl was a big deal. And so they would bring us down into the corporate theater and we would get to see the Super Bowl ads a couple days ahead of time. So I felt like I was kind of on the inside, and getting to like hear and see these really cool ads ahead of time and create some of the iconic ones. So the Budweiser frogs, if you remember those. And so it was really fun. And then when I started doing marketing, I had a friend who used to comment about the Super Bowl ads, and I thought, that's really cool. I love how she's doing that. So each year I like to watch the game, and I actually usually end up seeing more of the ads than the actual game. Although I did watch a little bit more this year because our Missouri Chiefs, Kansas City, but not St. Louis, but still Kansas City, Missouri, Chiefs were playing. So I did watch a little bit more today, but it's always really interesting to me to pull out the lessons that we can get from these Super Bowl ads because they're paying so much money for them. You know that they are spending time and effort to make sure that they're broadcasting a message that's going to work. Although I will say a few of them didn't, for me anyway. So this isn't as much about which ones were the most fun or the most entertaining. Those are always good ways to connect with your audience. This is more on how you could pull out some really key marketing secrets that you could also be using for your online course. Okay, so secret number 1 is to build anticipation. So on Friday night before the game, I was watching TV and I briefly caught this commercial with a person in a parrot suit chasing somebody, and then at the end of the commercial, as the parrot was about to remove his costume head so you could find out who it was, the headline was, "Check after the halftime show to see who is wearing the parrot suit." And I thought this was brilliant for building anticipation and excitement and interest for, the game on Sunday. So you can do the same thing with your launches. Make sure you give out to your audience some anticipation, like, I'm working on this is coming, kind of like I did at the beginning about the Topic and Title Challenge coming on March the 6th. Like, build that anticipation with your audience. And then the second secret from this commercial was to work with really good partners. So let me explain. This parrot commercial was on Friday night's TV show called Fire Country, and it's actually one of the top new shows this season. So the commercial was sure to be seen by quite a few people because that's such a popular show. It's probably also a pretty good demographic for the audience. So you can do the same thing. Find really good, popular partners that you can work with to help spread the message about your show and about your launch. Okay, number 3, the secret was to know your audience. And I thought YouTube did a really good job with this when they were announcing in a commercial that they now have the NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube. And then they asked their audience a lot of questions that they knew would get yes answers from the audience. So my favorite one was, does this mean that you don't have to put a satellite dish on your roof anymore to watch the NFL Sunday Ticket? Yes. And YouTube recognized just how much of an annoyance and a frustration that is for their audience, because now that you can just stream it on YouTube. So very similarly, we do this with our sales letters and our sales messages. You want to know your audience well enough so that you can speak to their biggest pain points. And then by asking them those questions that you're going to get yes from, they'll keep reading, keep listening to you. Okay, secret number 4 is to capitalize on the holidays. McDonald's did this. They combined their commercial at the beginning with Valentine's Day because it's Tuesday right after the Super Bowl on Sunday, and they had this cute commercial talking about how spouses and partners know their McDonald's order for their spouse. So is there some way that you can tie in something you're doing to a holiday that's coming up this year to help promote your course? Secret number 5 was consistent messaging across your channels. So McDonald's did this too, where they capitalized on multi-channel marketing. So I had the commercial on the TV, and then all of a sudden I picked up my phone and their app had sent me a message that was giving me access to an extended cut of the commercial. So they were doing their messaging in multiple channels on the app and on TV. So is there some way that you can spread your messaging around into a new platform and keep it all consistent, but help even more people hear from you? Secret number 6 is using QR codes as calls to action. So there were quite a few commercials that had QR codes in them on the screen. And last year this was super unique, but the audience, you can tell, has gotten even more savvy and has recognized the fact that people can now point their phone and their camera at the QR code and it will automatically take them to a landing page or to a URL. So it's a great way to communicate, and because it's becoming more popular, people know how to use it. Now, I will say there was one issue with the very first commercial I saw that just said scan now, and I had no idea like what this was. Maybe the people, it was some kind of video game or something, I think. And maybe the people who play it recognized it, but I was just confused. I was like, why would I scan this? I don't know what you are and what you're giving me. So make sure that your messaging is clear and doesn't confuse people, because when they're confused, they just click away and they don't take the action that you want them to use. Secret number 7, and this is a big one, free gifts always win. So DraftKings was giving away a free bet to the audience to encourage people to sign up. So where is it that you can give away your free lead magnet and reach a bigger audience, get people signing up for your email list? Free gifts always for the win. Number 8, secret number 8 was back to this having a consistent message. So Paramount Plus did this last year. If you remember, they had their commercial up on a mountain with a bunch of their celebrities. They returned to the mountain again and had another commercial to keep that consistency. Pepsi did a series of commercials where the celebrities were all talking about an actor's job is to, and so there were different actors who were jumping in, and so it was keeping it consistent. I thought TurboTax did a really good consistent messaging, and I saw this during the Super Bowl, before and after the Super Bowl, like they know their timing. This is the perfect time of the year where their messaging was, come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes. Let one of our people do it for you. So keeping that brand messaging consistent. It's your colors, it's your fonts, it's the phrases that you use, and doing it repeatedly will help you get in front of and connect with your perfect students. All right, we're climbing through these. So secret number 9 is to rethink a classic. And T-Mobile did a really cute commercial where they redid the classic song from the movie Grease, Summer Nights, and they had John Travolta in the commercial and mixed him in with their normal leads that are in the actors who are in their commercials, and they used that "Tell Me More" lyric from the song, and I thought it really worked. I thought it was really cute that the way they pulled it together to get people to find out more about T-Mobile. So I thought they did a good job with that. So that's our 9 secrets from the Super Bowl commercials. I'll recap them so you can pick out one that you're going to try to use this week. I want this podcast to be actionable for you. So pick out one of these that you're going to make sure you implement. First one was to build anticipation with your audience. Second was to work with really good partners. Third is to know your audience by asking them questions they say yes to. 4 is to capitalize on holidays. 5 was that consistent messaging across all of your channels. 6 was using really good calls to action or possibly even QR codes. 7 is free gifts always win. 8 was to have a consistent message that you share. 9 was to rethink some kind of classics. So maybe it's even just rethinking what you've done in the past that you're going to reimagine and adjust and redo. So I hope this gave you some inspiration, that you're excited, and that you can use some of these marketing lessons to make sure that you get in front of your perfect students and sell more of your online courses. And then make sure you get on the list for the Topic and Title Challenge. Go to topicandtitlechallenge.com. We want to have you come join us, work with me for a week as we figure out, hey, what's my next course going to be all about. And thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. If you're in Apple Podcasts, if you go up to the 3 dots up at the top, that's where you can follow and stay connected. If you're in a different app, it's usually called subscribing. But I appreciate it whenever you can jump in and share this podcast with your Facebook groups or with anyone else you know that might be working on an online course. I love to get in front of new folks and get to chat with you about your courses and brainstorm what's up for you next. So talk to you soon. Have an amazing week, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Take care, everybody.